What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, we're coming back to Fate Gear, yes indeed. Fate Gear fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bob, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, SMB. I hope you enjoy the show, man. SMB want to see me react to this song by Fate Gear called Scars in My Life. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on, I've heard this before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by SMB on his private Google Drive, and he asked me specifically not to share the link, so I'm gonna respect his wishes. And it has, I have no idea how many views it has. I have no clue. It doesn't show that. So yeah, I have no idea how many views it has, so I don't know if it'll get you there or not. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will not be down in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Sorry about that, but that's what SMB asked for. Other than that, let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Fate Gear, Scars in My Life, live at Meguro Rock Macon 2022. Awesome. So we're gonna finally get to see these girls live. I've been really curious to see what they do live, so I'm excited for this. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
もう一回確認していい？いけますか？いけますか？本当にいけるんですか
？Oh, venue. Really small venue.
I
the song sounds very hollow. Like I'm seeing 5 people on the stage, but I don't know, it only sounds like there's 3 players. It sounds thin. Now, there's a number of reasons for that. First and foremost, could it be the venue? Absolutely, it could be the venue. Small venues like this, their sound systems are not always the best. So that could very well be part of the issue. But there's also other things that are happening, like all the tacits where everybody stops. You know, everybody just stops and rests for like a full measure. That's happened a few times now, and I mean, I get it. I understand why they're doing that. They're doing it for an effect. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that effect. You know, you're going along and you're rocking, and it sounds good, and it sounds good, and it sounds good, and then stop. Come back in, come back in, come back in, stop. Come back in. It's like, it's a killer. It's a real energy killer. You know, you work hard to get the energy level up, and you got it up, and you're coasting, and you're feeling good. Stop. Energy level comes down. Now we gotta bring it back up, bring it back up, bring it back up, bring it back up. Okay, we're back where we were. Stop. Comes back down again. And it's like, it just makes it a lot harder to get the energy level back up again. If they had something happening, like everybody lays out and there's a guitar line. Everybody lays out and there's a keyboard line. Everybody lays out, there's a drum fill. Everybody lays out and there's a bass line. You know, there's a lot of options that could have kept that going and kept the energy level up so it doesn't die down. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of that. I'm not, well, I know I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm just not, I don't know if I'm feeling it really in this song especially. It ends up making the song sound a little thin, a little hollow. The energy level from the ladies, from a visual standpoint, looks great. I love everything I'm seeing. It's exactly what I was hoping for. I had a feeling they were going to bring the live show themselves, and I had a feeling they were going to have the stage energy, and they've had it without question. Crowd interaction, we've had it without question. I'm happy about that. I'm hoping we get to see some stage interaction. I'm hoping we get to see some of that at some point. The blocking looks good. Unfortunately, the live sound is just not where I was hoping it would be. Like I said, there's a number of issues that could be, the biggest one, what I suspect the problem really is the venue. Their sound system is probably not the greatest in the world. So, anyway, let's keep going here. Yeah, when you can hear a hi-hat over a guitar, that's not good. So, got some great stage interaction. Guitar player interacting with the keyboard player. Bassist interacting with the vocalist. That was nice to see. So, stage interaction, check. Crowd interaction, check. Stage presence, check. Stage energy, check. Showmanship, check. We've already checked off the 5 main important things I look for in a good live show. Production, honestly, in a small club like this, good luck. That's not gonna happen. We've had venues like this we've had small venues that have asked us to come and play, and we've told them we can't. As much as we love to, we can't, because we can't bring our production with us. It won't fit on the stage. The stage is too small. Not only that, but their power capacity isn't up to our speed. We've taken a look at their. I don't know exactly what we need for our power, but I know it's in our rider that if the club or the venue's power is not up to our specs of what we need, then we can't do the show. And I'll never forget, we played a show at the Key Club out here when the Key Club was still around. Out here on the Sunset Strip, we played there, and we managed to squeeze ourselves onto their stage. The stage was probably one of the biggest stages on the Sunset Strip, and we were able to squeeze on there. It was a little tight, but we made it work, and we gave them our rider to read and go over and make sure that everything was going to be met as far as what we needed for the show. And they signed it, and they said, "Oh yeah, we've got it." No, they didn't. Their power capacity was not what we needed. Sure enough, we played the show. We played a 45-minute set, and luckily we got through it. But right on our last note, we hit our this is not a joke. We hit our last chord, and we blew their power. The club went completely dark. And I will never forget, it took a while for them to get the power back. It took them about 15 minutes. We got our stuff off the stage. We were done anyway. But the owner of the venue came up to our manager, and he was all bent out of shape. And he was like, you were going to sue you. You blew our power. You threw everything behind. You've delayed every act, and we're running behind schedule now. It's all your fault, blah, 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 blah. Our manager simply pulled out the rider and said, "Is that your signature at the bottom here? That's your signature, right? That's your name, right? That means you read this, and you said in our rider, we said that these are the power requirements that we need to have, and you said that you had it. If you want to take us to court, you're more than welcome to, but you're gonna lose." And sure enough, he said, I don't remember what exactly he said, but it was a dead issue at that point. Yeah, small venues, man, they are hard to play in sometimes, man. The sound quality isn't always the best. The power requirements always you don't always have the cleanest power. Always make sure you have a power conditioner, guitar players, and bass players, and keyboard players. But as far as production goes, good luck. Good luck. It's not gonna work probably, but no, they don't need it though. That's the thing. They bring the show themselves. I mean, I'm seeing some great stage energy. The stage interaction looked good. The crowd interaction looked good. The presence is definitely there. The showmanship is all there. Everything I look for in a great live show, they're doing it. So I got no issues with anything I'm seeing visually. Gotta throw a special shout out to the keyboard player, taking it upon herself to raise and angle her keyboard with her left arm, a la Derek Sherinian, so she could play on the keys, so that the crowd can see her playing on the keys. That's good on her for taking that step, man. That's really cool of her. But everything else looked great. I got no issue with anything I'm seeing. So let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review.
眺めても変わらず離れた朝日の旅だ強さに変えあなたへ
a good sign. That's never a good sign when the track that they play afterwards sounds better and clearer than the band. Now that's not the band's fault. That is 100% on the venue. That's 100% on whoever it is working FOH. That is their fault. Man, seriously, how can you allow that to happen? How, as the FOH guy, how can you allow the band to be so poorly mixed that the track sounds fuller than the band does? That's sad. That is absolutely sad. I don't blame the girls for this. I don't blame the ladies for this. That is 100% on the FOH guy. The FOH guy needs to think about, I don't know, maybe going back to trade school or something and learning how to do the job right, because that sounds bad. That sounds really bad. Seriously. Let's go back. Let's go back here. Okay, listen to this. I'll go back a little bit further. Listen to the band. Okay, now listen to the track. The levels are better. The mix is better. It sounds fuller. Come on, FOH. That's not good, man. That is not good at all. And like I said, I don't blame the ladies 1 second for this. Not at all. This is all on FOH. It's their fault. Disappointing for all the wrong reasons. Kind of a letdown. And again, I'm not blaming the girls for this. I'm not blaming the ladies for this. This is a letdown for all the wrong reasons. Really kind of bummed. But it is what it is. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Fake Gear with Scars in My Life. This was a request from SMB, and this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, SMB. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. I have a rating here. I do, and as much as I would love to give it a higher rating, I can't. There's a number of factors that came into this rating, and I'll explain everything. I will. I promise. But I've got to keep everything in check, and I got to keep everything in scope. And my ratings don't always equate to how I personally feel, but I have to look at these things objectively. And this is the score I feel this song and this video deserves. So let's get to it. Out of 5 stars, I'm gonna give that 4 stars. Yep, 4 stars. I may not necessarily agree with that, but that is the rating that I do feel that this song and this video and this performance deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
If I were to base this completely on the live performance, just on the visuals, I'd be giving this a 5. I would give this 5 out of 5 stars. Visually, They did everything I was hoping for. They checked off every single box. And I'm not gonna lie, folks, I had a certain level of expectation going into this. Being exposed to what I've been exposed to from Fate Gear, I had a certain feeling, like watching the videos, listening to the songs, I had a certain vision in my head. Like, this is what I'll bet they look like when they perform live. I'll bet they look like this. I'll bet they perform like this. I'll bet they act like this. I'll bet that they do this, 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 and this during the show. And I'm very happy to say that all of my expectations were met, if not exceeded. Everything they did was exactly what I was hoping for, and in some cases, they even did a little bit more. They had the crowd interaction. I had a feeling they were gonna have that. I had a feeling they were gonna cover that base. No problem. They had the stage presence. They had the stage energy. They had some great blocking going on, some great movement going on. I love the unison headbanging. That looked really good when everybody would do it together. It looked really good. They had the stage interaction. Now, they did have the stage interaction, but they did more than I was expecting. Like when the solos were going on, I was expecting the other people who weren't soloing, I was kind of hoping that they were going to be interacting with each other. Like, for example, when the keyboard player was soloing and the guitar player was soloing, and I was kind of expecting the bass player and the vocalist to interact with each other. I was expecting that. I was not expecting the guitar player and the keyboard player to interact with each other, though, when they were doing the trade-offs. Didn't see that coming, and I'm glad they did it because it was a great opportunity to have it be done. So they exceeded my expectations there, without question. And it was really nice to see that. The showmanship was there, yes. The energy was there, the stage interaction, the crowd interaction, the showmanship, the production. Okay, production. Did we have any production? No. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot in this small venue. Now, I'm sure when they play bigger venues with bigger stages, more power capacity, I'm sure there is a little more attention put on production. I'm sure there is. When you're playing small venues like this, you're really at their mercy. So it's a tough thing. But look, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta sacrifice production. And if you're gonna sacrifice anything, let that be the thing that you sacrifice. Unless you are a production-based band. At which point, I don't know what you're gonna do. Playing in small venues like that, it's gonna be rough. But no, overall, I was very happy with what I saw, okay? Now, from a sound standpoint, there were some issues. The song itself, the songwriting, I liked the song. I liked the direction of the song. I liked the energy of the song. I liked the drive of the song. The chordal progression made perfect sense. The melodic lines really sounded nice. Everything about the song itself made sense. I liked the song. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I liked the direction of it. I liked where it went. I had no issue with the song itself. The sound quality was lackluster at best. I understand it's a smaller venue. I get it. I understand, and believe me, I understand this. And a lot of times, smaller venues like this, they don't have the best sound system. I understand that. And they don't have the best boards. I understand that. At the same time, though, I have to take a look at what is given to me in this video. I have to look at this video objectively, and I have to analyze everything that was handed to me. I can't sit here and theorize, I'll bet this song would sound great in a bigger venue with a better sound system. So I'm going to go on that. I don't know that for certain, okay? I have to look at the evidence that I have in front of me, the physical evidence I have in front of me. And honestly, folks, I wasn't thrilled with the sound. Now, do I blame the ladies for this? No, I do not blame the ladies for that, to an extent. There were a couple of points in the song where the song felt hollow. And we already talked about that, the parts where there were those layouts. where they could have had a guitar line going, or they could have had a piano line going instead. Would have been great since there was two of them. Have the guitar player do one, have the keyboard player do the other, or switch. That's fine too. Or if they want to be really creative, have the guitar do one and have the bass player do one, or have the keyboard player do one and have the drummer do the other. You know, there's things they could have done to fill in that space. Not why did they do those tacits? Because they wanted to get the effect. I get it. But when you do that, you do run the risk of having the song sound hollow in those points. So I wasn't the biggest fan of those parts. But for the most part, I did enjoy the song. I did. So there is that. And like I said, the sound quality, and mostly, and the reason the band sounded so hollow is because it was poorly mixed, and that comes down to FOH more than anything. When you hear the drummer's hi-hat drowning out the guitar player, that is not good. I'm sorry. That is some piss poor mixing, and that comes down 100% to FOH. It is all FOH's fault. The mix on this was not the best. Let's be honest here, okay? Again, do I blame the girls for this? Do I blame the ladies for this? No, I do not, but at the same time, it's what I was given. You know what I mean? So it did become a factor, unfortunately. The other thing I'm going to point out, and I'm not trying to be mean here, it's just something I observed, it's something I heard, and there's no denying it because it did happen. There were a couple of points in the song where the lead vocalist was a little flat. It was noticeable. It was absolutely noticeable. It's a live show. Am I expecting perfection? No, I'm not expecting perfection at all. But at the same time, when you're noticeably flat, enough to make me go, oh, okay. It happened a couple times, folks. There's just no denying it. I'm going to point it out. In that I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being objective. And that's it. It happened, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to take that into consideration with the score. But I take everything and I combine it together, and we do get 4 stars. I would have loved to have given this 5. And like I said, based on the visuals alone, that was a 5. No question, 5 out of 5 for the visuals. But unfortunately, there is the other parts that I have to take into account. So that's how I came up with 4 stars. It's still 4 out of 5, folks. Look, if you're going to be upset over getting 4 out of 5 stars, I can't help you. I'm sorry. There's just no pleasing you at that point. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you should go looking for another channel at that point. But in any case, I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. That's what I feel this song, this video, this performance deserves. So that's where we're at, and that's where we're going to stay. So 4 out of 5, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then, well, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.